So the NFL has came up with a new policy about the national anthem. Now, before we get to this policy, let's go ahead on and lay down the facts. The NFL wasn't always having the national anthem. The Department of Defense went to the National Football League and asked them to start doing a presentation for the national anthem with the military. Why? Because they wanted to try to boost recruitment. So basically, they're psychologically putting in your head about the military and maybe you want to join before this football game. That was the thing. And the Department of Defense pays the NFL for that. OK, it was not a requirement of the NFL. It's not something they prided themselves on. It was all about collecting that government check for that national anthem. OK, now just wanted to make sure we establish that. So we've seen Colin Kaepernick take the knee because of police brutality, and he wanted to speak out against that. Then other people, of course, in the league started taking a knee. Trump got involved and tried to say it's about disrespecting the veterans, even though many veterans support Kaepernick, even though many veterans came out and stated that we fought for his right to do that. But forget what the veterans have to say or active military has to say. It's what Trump says, and his people that follow him like a bunch of little lost sheep and repeat everything he says, like make America great again. But yet they can't tell you what time period was they talking about America was great and how are we going to get there to do that. They never can tell you that at all, but he's repeating make America great again. Now, so it was a back and forth with the players and the owners. OK, and it's just quite funny. Sean Puffy Combs tried to buy the Carolina Panthers, even though he had other people with him to make up the money. And yet they refused to sell it to him. I could have told Puffy that. They don't want no black man on no NFL team, please. They came up with a new policy, and this was dropped today about the anthem. Now, we'll put the policy up itself. The policy, as you can see, the 32-member clubs of the National Football League have reaffirmed their strong commitment to work alongside our players to strengthen our communities and advance social justice. The unique platform that we have created is unprecedented in its scope and will provide extraordinary resources in support of programs to promote positive social change in our communities. The membership also strongly believes that 1, all team and league personnel on the field shall stand and show respect to the flag and the anthem. Number 2, the game operations manual will be revised to remove the requirement that all players be on the field for the anthem. So see, before they had to be out there. Now they're going to change it where you can stay in the locker room, okay, if you choose to. 3 personnel who choose not to stand for the anthem may stay in the locker room or in a similar location off the field until the anthem has been performed. A club will be fined by the league if its personnel are on the field and do not stand and show respect for the flag and the anthem. 5, each club may develop its own work rules consistent with the above principles regarding its personnel who do not stand or show respect for the flag and the anthem. 6, the commissioner will impose appropriate discipline on league personnel who do not stand and show respect for the flag and the anthem. So I call this policy the Donald Trump policy, because that's basically what it is. It sounds just like Donald Trump himself talking. This is a Trump policy that the NFL's adopted. The only thing they said, well, I'm not going to really force all of them to. So if they want to stay in the locker room, they can. On top of that, owners got together and they voted to enact a penalty for players that do not stand for the national anthem. For instance, if a player said, forget that, I'm still going out there and take a knee. So they said, okay, well, if somebody take a knee at that point, then we need to put in a 15-yard penalty on a particular team. Now, only ones that did not vote was the 49ers. Their owner said they're not voting, but they said they're not penalizing nobody. They'll pay it. But the 49ers owner also stated that, well, if the national anthem is so important, then we're not selling any concessions during the national anthem. Nothing will be sold when the national anthem is going on since it's that important. I think that's a pretty good statement to make, but he came in and voted no. Just that simple. You shouldn't have stayed out of it, because staying out of it, you're making a statement too. But this is the thing. The NFL has about 80% black personnel. Okay. Now, this is where I'm throwing it back in the lap of black men. You have old school men, decrepit men, that's billionaires off of the talent and godlike features that these black men perform every single week that play the NFL. And yet you allow these old men like Jerry Jones to control you. You let these old men like Bob McNair to control you, tell you what to do. And yet you guys are 80% of the league. Now, what if you guys actually have some sort of pride within yourselves as men? What if you have some sort of pride in yourselves as black people and say, you know what? The NFL, we're going to show you how we matter. And just say, you know what? We're going to sit out week 1. We're not coming out at all. We're not doing it. We're not playing. Let's see how the NFL would be then. You think a lot of people want to have a bunch of second string players to pay all that money and watch them play? All the money they pay for box seats. You think they want to watch second string play? They don't want to watch them play. They want the stars to play. You guys have the power. But see, the NFL is also a representation of black America. We have the power to solve our own issues, and we don't. Why? Because of fear. Fear controls black people. See, black people are more fearful of the white man than they should be fearful of God. That's why I made that stream that they are your God, because you show me they're your God because you fear them like God. You're afraid to stand up. You're afraid to defend yourself. You're afraid to have some pride. Man, the numbers are on your side. It's not on their side. If the black men say, I ain't doing nothing in this league, it's done. The NFL's gone. If the black men actually had some sort of pride within themselves and got together and say, we creating our own league, forget the NFL, that league is gone. Jerry Jones going to go broke. Bob McNair go broke, at least doing that. Now, I'm not saying they don't have other businesses, but at least fooling with the Dallas Cowboys or the Houston Texans, they're done. Bob McNair was so disrespectful and said that the players are like inmates. He apologized and later he backed off and said, no, that's what I meant. They're like inmates. And you still go out there and play. Like, I don't understand y'all. Look, somebody that has a 9-to-5 and that's all they have, and you know, they got kids they got to feed, and you know, it's kind of hard to tell those people to do something. But y'all making millions of dollars, man. Millions of dollars. And you talking about, man, well, I got family, I got it. Don't give me you got family. When you making millions of dollars, your family ain't eating millions of dollars. Now, you living above your means. And that's a lot of problem with black people, materialism. Because you don't need all that what you're doing. You can live a good life, a modest life. And when I mean modest, doesn't mean you're broke. But a modest life, you don't need 50 cars. So you need 1 or 2 good ones. You don't need about 50 houses. You can maybe buy 2 or 3 if you want to, because you're not going to stay in them at all times. So why waste the money? My thing is, stand up, say something. Muhammad Ali, look, he's willing to go to jail. He said them Viet Cong ain't calling me the N-word. I'm not going over there. That was a real black man, Muhammad Ali. And everybody celebrate Muhammad Ali in the black community. But if you would follow Muhammad Ali's footsteps, you think Muhammad Ali would sit there and allow these people to do what they doing to y'all? If he was playing in the NFL, Muhammad Ali wouldn't have put up with that. But y'all just duck your heads, tween your legs, have your tail tucked in like a afraid dog. You big, strong, and 6'4", 6'7", all these other, and then you let little guys like freaking Jerry Jones run you. If they can control our biggest, our strongest, and richest men, then what's going to happen with the rest of us? Even college players at the University of Mizzou said they wasn't playing, and it sent a shockwave. Y'all got money, every last one of y'all. But you scared to stand up. You scared to have pride. And then the thing is, maybe there's some brothers that want to get together and do it. But then you have the majority. Man, I don't know about all that, man. You know, it's shoot, man. So then you gonna put them brothers out on a limb because y'all don't want to get together as a collective and stand up. This is why we don't get anything as black people. This is why everybody treat us like crap, because we don't do nothing about it. Like I said before, I'm going to keep saying that until y'all show me different. We as a collective, not all of us, but as a collective, because I'm part of the collective too, even though I'm not in agreement with what they're doing. We like to be abused. We like to be treated any kind of way by people. We give all our talents away to everybody else. They make billions and trillions of dollars off of it. And what do we get? Nothing. You get beat up in stores. The Koreans are beating y'all up. And yet you giving them billions of dollars every year with the hair and the nails and all the other things that you're doing. But they disrespecting you. They slapping your hand and pushing you in restaurants. And you still keep going back. See, you see why people don't respect us? And I'm telling you this because I love you. I'm sick of it. Like, what is it going to take? Them folks lynching black people again. What more is it going to take for us to have some self-respect and pride within ourselves, to stand up and protect ourselves and benefit off our own gifts and talents, not everybody else benefiting off our gifts and talents? That whole NFL, that whole system won't even let a black man own a team. Even a black man that's famous and got a name won't let him in. Treat him no different than any other black person. Because the NFL to own a team is a good old boys club. They didn't sell a puppy, they sold it to a white guy. And Puffy didn't say nothing about that. He should have been roaring about that. But maybe it humbled him and showed him that in America, it don't matter if you become the president. Even if you're a president with a white mother, if you got some black in you, you're still an N, period. And they showed it to you every day. But they're only showing it to you because you don't stand up. You don't fight. You don't say nothing. Even when you become a president, you still don't do nothing for black folks. So why should they respect you? Like I said, I'm just tired. I'm just getting tired, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired of being looked at as the laughing stock of the freaking world. I'm tired of it because that's not me. I ain't like that. We have too many of our men that's afraid. Take the energy you have to fight each other and fight women and all those kind of other things we do in our community. Take that energy and that passion and put it to good use. Create your own businesses. Do for yourself. But no, you're going to let Donald Trump run y'all. And this is a Donald Trump policy for the NFL, literally. You're going to argue with them folks that's going to come to this comment section and say, oh, well, it was about the flag. Like, that's another thing. You didn't have no pride. You take their opinions. You argue. You're trying to validate yourself. It's just so much. I don't know. So I don't watch the NFL. Like I said, I'm not watching a down of it. If everybody would not watch the NFL, then that would send message to the NFL too. But I had black people last season. Man, you watching the NFL? I say, really, brother? I say, you can't even support Kaepernick now watching a football game? Like, come on, man. Well, man, I mean, you know, I support the brother, but I mean, I like my football. Like, and you wonder why we don't have anything. You talking about we need to separate. We need to do this. You can't even not watch a football game. What you talking about separate? How? Separate how? That takes actual work and effort to create an economy. You don't want to do that. You can't even say, I'm not going to watch a football game that costs you nothing to do. So please, when you show me you could actually not watch a football game, then we could talk about the bigger things. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular policy from the NFL. Like I say, it's Donald Trump's policy, literally, for the NFL. He should be excited that he's controlling the NFL and he's controlling black men. But hey, black men allow that to happen, so they're going to keep doing it.